Hello students. In this session, we are going to see the introduction to managerial economics, and also we are going to touch upon the basics of managerial economics and its significance and scope. We'll start with the meaning of managerial economics. The managerial economics is one of the branch of a microeconomic study, and we're also going to discuss some of the elements of macroeconomics, which is closely related to management decision making. The managerial economics deals with the application of economic concepts, theories, tools, and methodologies to solve practical problems in a business. As such, it bridges the economic theory and economics in practice. According to Milton H. Spencer and Lon Seligman, define managerial economics as an integration of economic theory with business practice for the purpose of facilitating decision making and forward planning by the management. So obviously it is the synthesization of economic theory with management, so that the business operations is required certain theories so that we can apply these economic theories into the practical business module. The scope next, we'll see the scope of managerial economics. First scope is to determine the demand, supply and demand forecasting, cost analysis and production analysis. The major topics which we are going to discuss under the cost and production analysis are pricing decision, profit management, capital management, and also we are going to see the structures of the market. And that decision making is one of the important component of management. The decision making fundamental concepts that aid decisions. What is the meaning of decision making? Decision making is nothing but is an important function in management, since decision making is related to problem, and effective decision making helps to achieve the desired goals or objectives by solving such problems. Thus, the decision making lies all over the enterprise and covers all the areas of enterprise. The scientific decision making is well-tried process of arriving at the best possible choice for a solution with a reasonable period of time. What are the characteristics of decision making? The decision making, it has a process of making a choice from alternative course of action. The purpose of decision making is to select the best alternative which can significantly contribute towards organizational aims. Decision making is an end process, and decision making is a focal point at which plans, policies, and objectives are translated into concrete actions. Rationality is another characteristic of decision making, and the decision making involves commitment and responsibility of the particular who is going to take the decision, either it may be with the economics or economic theory or in business. There are some process to proceed the decision making, to take it forward the decision making process. And first one in that process is investigate the situation. An investigation of the situation, which requires a detailed investigation, is made on three aspects: define the problem or identification of the problem, and diagnostic of objectives. And we need to develop the alternatives to proceed with the decision making. And for the proper analysis of alternatives, Professor Peter Drucker has suggested the following four criteria for process of decision making. First one, the risk. Second one, the economy for effort. And third one, timely decision. And fourth one, principle of limiting factor or limitations of the resources. And then we'll move on to the next process of decision making, is an implementation and monitoring the decision. Once we are diagnosed the problem and found the alternative, then we need to go for implementation of the decision, and we need to monitor that how the decision has, what we the decision is made is whether working fine or we required any alterations. So in that matter, implementation and monitoring of decision, we require certain factors which influencing on the decision making. And with that part, the time pressure is an important factor which influence on decision making. Then second one, the manager's value, and third one, the organizational policy. And the managerial decision areas where it is found, the major areas, the managerial decisions, which falls under the choice of business area, choice of product, determining optimum output, choice of technology, which requires the factor combination, and acquisition of inputs such as the accumulation of capital and accumulation of labor, and how much we can able to we're going to use the proportion of labor and capital, and determining price of the product, and assessing economic environment and business scope. With this, we'll stop here. We are going to discuss elaborately with all the points in the forthcoming classes. Thank you.